Oh my goodness, there we go. Atlanta. Gets harder and harder to live stream. It's ridiculous. Okay. Atlanta. Oh, hear myself. Okay, I don't need that. Oh, no, I don't hear myself. I don't need that at all. There you go. I don't need, you just pause. Thank you. Okay. Oh my goodness. I swear, every time I learn how to do something, they update YouTube. Like everything for 10 years. This is like my life. YouTube and I, we're never on the same wavelength ever. It's ridiculous. I don't understand. Hi, Shannon. Hi. Hopefully I don't close out of this now. My goodness. It took me they changed like the whole entire like studio thing for live streaming, and they wanted me to use like YouTube's live streaming, which is fine, but like I don't know how YouTube's live streaming works because I've never used it. So I like didn't want to use it for like the last show, you know. I'm like I'll wait. Try it for the next one. Oh my goodness. And then they have like this button that I found is like, it's like return to original format. And it's like, why? Because in the first option is because I have an urgent matter I need to attend to or something. And I'm like, me. Oh my goodness. Yeah, right? I'm like, no, because what if it's like completely different and I don't know what I'm doing? They changed everything in there. Like, just stop. I really should get with the times and try out like YouTube's like studio features and all that stuff, but I'm like, no. I fear change. Yes, it was perfect. It was like, I'm like, yes, exactly. Urgent matter, need to get to. I know. We're at the end. I can't believe it. Cannot believe it. I was cutting it close. I didn't even realize, as always, you know, I procrastinate, but I didn't realize what day it was. I'm like, I didn't realize what day it was. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's today. I should probably get on that. But I finished it. I finished it today, which is good. I was listening to the audiobook here and there throughout my day, and then I was like switching to reading and then audiobook and reading and then audiobook. And but the last 2 chapters, 13 and 14, I wanted to read. So I physically read them. Like I just wanted to feel them. Just wanted to feel them all over again. And it's just, yeah. Yes, I did finish. Yeah, that's another reason why I don't really want to play around with like the live streaming thing, because they're just going to change it again anyway, because it's in beta. So like, why? No, I don't care. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear. I don't have headphones because those other ones were all crackly, and I didn't pick up another pair because I suck. But Josh is like gaming downstairs, so hopefully we don't lag. It's fine if we make him lag, but this was planned, and I already told him that 7 o'clock I'm live streaming, so if he lags, that's fine, but he's gaming downstairs, and he's loud. I'm slurping. I purposely picked this mug for this book, and it says life is only pain. It's a South Park mug, like the goth kids. I'm like, this is the perfect mug for this live chat. I'm like, yes. It did. It had all the feels. It's been so long since I've read the end. I had no idea what to expect. Like I couldn't even remember like what happened at all, not even a little minuscule detail. And then like it all came flooding back to me, and then the ending, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this. I'm like so excited to watch the rest of the show because I haven't watched this last season, which I believe is it's the slippery slope to the end is this last season, and I haven't watched any of it, and I'm so excited to watch the end. I'm so excited. Oh, I can't wait. But again, I'm not going to be able to watch that because Josh is gaming downstairs, so maybe he'll fall asleep tomorrow morning, and I can, like, if I wake up really early because I have off tomorrow, I can sneak in and watch a couple episodes. Not all of it, but a couple episodes. Yeah. I love this mug. It's so cool. The ending got me. I saw your post, and I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, and that was me at the end too. Don't worry. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember. I'm just like flooded. Oh my goodness. Chapter 14, yeah. I think chapter 14 is like amazing. I think it's an amazing like way to conclude this series, because like that's how you know it's really the end, because there was a chapter 14 instead of a chapter 13. Like 13 wasn't the end. Like I think that's like it just sums it up so good. Can't wait to watch the show from the beginning. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I just love the show so much. So much better than the movie. But yeah. Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, I have a whole season. I was going to like watch them as we were reading. But then I'm like, nah. I'm like, I'll just hold off, and then because I know I'm gonna want to binge them. I know I'm gonna not want to stop. So I'm like, I'll hold off, and then I'll watch them. I'll watch them all at once. But oh man, I'm so excited. I totally cried. I admit it. Yeah, me too. I cry a lot though in books because I'm a big baby. I cry at happy times. I cry at sad times. Although I have gotten better, I think I'm just becoming like desensitized. It also depends. It also depends like what mood I'm personally into. Yeah, epilogues, but that one worked. Yeah. Yeah, I thought the epilogue was just perfect. Yeah, because I feel like you said, like you have some resolve, but only a little bit. But it's still open-ended, so you can still like get that whole like maybe they did live happily ever after. Maybe they go back to like the mainland and it's everyone's completely infected with the words I can't say, that fungus. It's like a zombie apocalypse kind of thing going on. They're the only ones left. Yeah. They got to know what their parents wanted for them. Yeah, I thought that was so sweet. I love the fact that they named the baby Beatrice. Because then it gets you thinking like some of the maybe some of the dedications are actually to baby Beatrice instead of Mama Beatrice. Okay, maybe not the ones where she's dead. I don't want to think about the baby dying. But I mean, like, maybe some of them are, like, written to her, which would be sweet, but it just comes full circle. Yeah, I don't even know how to say the fungus, let alone spell it. Yeah, there were definitely questions there was so many like things left open-ended. But I think that's on purpose. Yeah, the dedications could be niece Beatrice. Some of them are definitely like their mom Beatrice. Because I hope, because a lot of them are like about her dying. But yeah. Yeah, and like we did find out that they were reunited, that I can't even say it. I can't even talk. That the triplets were reunited. But yeah, we don't know what happened. Like what's the question mark? Like so curious. That's why I want to that's why I said about reading these. I'm like, because all the wrong questions, question mark. It would be really cool if like this gave like something away about that series, about the series of unfortunate events. But I don't know. I don't know because I've never read them. I've only read the first one. But I doubt that we're going to have like that much. If we have anything answered at all, I doubt it's going to be that much, because this is all about Lemony Snicket when he's like a child. So, or kid. So I don't know. These are a lot of fun though. I'm like scanning the back for information. I've also heard that I've read parts of this as a kid, but I don't remember much about this. I don't know if this gives away any things that we didn't get. I think it's more like a whole bunch of like stuff about Lemony Snicket, like he's a real person. So like this is like an extra, like one of like those like the added on books to like give you something, just something extra if you're missing the series of unfortunate events. But this is an interesting read. It's like found objects and stuff, and it's like letters and all kinds of stuff. But this one's actually just about Lemony Snicket, like, and like his travels and how he wrote the series of unfortunate events, and it's interesting. Oh, you haven't seen that? Yeah, it's the unauthorized autobiography of Lemony Snicket, and it's introduced by Daniel Handler, who is actually Lemony Snicket. Like Lemony Snicket's his pen name. So like he says, as an official representative of Lemony Snicket in all legal, literary, and social matters, I am often asked difficult questions, even when I am in a hurry. So like this is just like him talking about Snicket and why Snicket is like obsessed with ooh, right there, chapter 4. Where are the Quagmire triplets now? Maybe we should read this one. What does chapter 4 even say? Where is chapter 4? There's chapter 3. Yeah, this is like a found objects kind of thing. What do they call it? I don't know. It's like a whole bunch of stuff. Oh yeah, it's like diary. It's like diary entries. I don't think it actually tells us where the triplets are, probably. Probably does. It probably just gives you like more, probably confuses you even more, but in a good way. Yeah, it's like, it's interesting because the chapter lists, where are they? God dang it, I lost it again. Yeah, I recommend this one. I can't remember if it really ever gives anything. Okay, yeah. It's like crossed out, like it's page. And like all these questions, who is Beatrice? What is VFD? Why is Lemony Snicket on the run? It crosses them all out, and then Lemony Snicket wrote a note. It says, these are simply not the proper questions. In the interest of keeping the Baudelaire file as accurate as possible, and as focused as feasible, I have retitled each of the 13 chapters. So it probably doesn't answer any of those questions. Which would be very Lemony Snicket like. Yeah. Yeah, see if your library has this. Obviously this wouldn't be good in like audiobook because it's got like found objects and letters and all kinds of stuff in it. So, but yeah, see if your library has this because this is really interesting. I want to reread this. I really should. Maybe I'll reread this for like the magical readathon or something. It'll be like something you can read really quick in like a day. But yeah, that one's like extra. I have like some really cool, like weird books. Series of Unfortunate Events. I should have pulled them out ahead of time. Move over all my Doctor Who stuff. Ah, Weeping Angel fell. Oh, this is from Borders. Borders doesn't even exist anymore. This is a diary. My dreadful diary. It's really funny because these all say, in here it says, this decrepit day, this decadent day, this demented day, this deplorable day, this diabolic day. This damaged, decrepit, deframed, dejected, demented, depleted, deplorable, depraved, detested, disposable day. Anyway, I think this is supposed to be with the series of Unfortunate Events. It's on that same shelf, so I don't know. Then you have the blank book, which is another like empty diary that I've never written in any of these, I don't think. I think I just kept them as like collectors. Oh, I did write in here. This came with stickers? Oh, I wonder where the stickers are. Look at old Izzy's handwriting. Oh my God, it's terrible. This is one of the books I got for my B-Day. It's very cool. It's got cool pictures like these and cool quotes from the books like this. It is fascinating. I heart it. Thanks, Dad. Love, Izzy. But it's got like in the background, you can see the heart balloons from the hostile hospital, and then it's got a carnivorous carnival quote down there. But it also came with like little stickers because I stuck a sticker there. But that's the only page that I wrote on. That's kind of cool. I'm glad that I wrote on that one. And then there's this one. But the thing is, this is the truth behind the series of unfortunate events. But this isn't, I don't think this is actually written by, it's not written by Daniel Handler. So I think it's just by like a fan. I don't think it was written. But it's got a whole bunch of questions. This is the book they don't want you to read. It has hip, cool, fun facts about Lemony Snicket World that you can't get anywhere else. It has games, anecdotes, which means little stories, blah, blah, yeah. It like retelled. It's like a retelling. The kids who invent things or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. Weird. Anyway, I don't even remember that. Then there's this puzzle book with a whole bunch of random series of unfortunate events puzzles. Then there's the Pony Party book. This book is really cool, actually. So this is the unauthorized biography, the book that I just showed you in paperback, but this is the hardcover edition, which comes with, like, this is the front, and then you're supposed to turn it inside out to make it the Pony Party, which is actually mentioned in the show. which is a little Easter egg. It's actually mentioned in the show, which is really cool. But it's like even changes the narrator's name and the author's name. Lonely M. Setnick. Lonnie? Is it Lonnie or Lone? It's Lonnie. I can't read. And it says, love children, cupcakes, pretty songs, and sunny days. When she's not writing the gleeful adventures of the luckiest kids in the world, she often works as a volunteer, teaching children to skip. It's ridiculous. But this is like so you could disguise like all of the stuff that's in there. There's an old bookmark in here. Win with reading. Apparently I was reading this. I didn't make it very far. And then I have a little thing that goes on your door, apparently. Secrets often lie behind closed doors. Attention burglars. This is a linen closet, not a bedroom. Yeah. See, those are all the fun books I have. I got behind on what you were saying because I was too busy diving into my past. Yeah, they aren't proper questions. Yes, and then the other series is called All the Wrong Questions. Maybe they are connected. Found diary entry. Yeah. So cute. My dad, a very true story about my dad is he's the reason why I have a book addiction, because my dad, we were poor growing up, and it's really funny. Well, it's not funny because I look at it now and I'm like, you could have put that money towards other things. But one of the things he always said was, and like it was like a very solidified thing in our family. Sometimes there wasn't money for toys, but there was always money for books. Like my dad would scrape together money for books. I mean, even if he like was struggling to pay his bills that week, which is not very good because obviously I needed a place to live and electricity as well. But yeah, even if he was like struggling to pay the bills, like there was always money for books. Like that's like a quote from our household growing up. So my sister was not as avid a reader as I am, but still isn't really. She reads a lot of manga and fan fiction, but she does read. But I like growing up when the series of unfortunate events were coming out, we were like really struggling. But my dad would always scrape together money to like for me to pre-order the book, and yeah, that's like so like that diary my dad got me for I think my birthday. So yeah, he always scraped together money for books. Like that was a thing in my household. Like there was always money for books, and he has contributed to my book addiction, obviously. Because I still to this day, if I want a book, I get it. It's really bad. I knew that was one of like your favorite like drawings, that the heart balloon one. Nonfiction about fiction. Yeah. Pony Party. Yeah. I love this. Oh, on the back, because you know the backs of these always say, "Dear reader, with all due respect," like this is, you know, put this down, whatever, blah, blah, blah. On the back here it says, "Hey kids," with a Z. "Reading is fun, cool, and educational, and this book is one of the most exciting ever. It's about the luckiest kids in the world, Lori, Larry, and Lil Linda Lots of Luck, and their side-splitting adventures in the pony party. Everybody loves ponies. Everybody loves parties. And that means that absolutely everybody loves pony parties." Oh my goodness. It's just really ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Absolutely ridiculous. Everybody loves pony parties. Hey kids. with a Z. And I think my favorite part is the number on the book has an exclamation point. Like, it's not just one, it's one. It's so cool though, because it like lines up like perfectly with like the series. Like, it just matches. It's so ridiculous. Setnik. So stupid. It's so funny. Yeah, this series in particular, which is really funny because I applied to that. I don't know if you saw, but I think you did. I think you commented. But I applied to that job, that dream job, which was actually with HarperCollins. So hey, HarperCollins, hire me. But they're not going to. But when I wrote my cover letter for my resume, because they tell you to make a cover letter personal, I actually wrote about the series of unfortunate events because they're published through HarperCollins. At least they were initially. I think they still are. Yeah, because the new series, because the new movie tie-in editions are published through HarperCollins. So yeah, I mentioned the series of unfortunate events and how big of a fan I was, and I also mentioned I'm like, even to this day, I have gotten people to read it. Yeah, I'm completely underqualified for the job that I applied to, but I wasn't gonna not apply to it because it's literally my dream job. And it's working for HarperCollins, but as a sales manager in their like overseas division, like in Europe, based out of Europe. So like I would deal with like the Dutch and German and Swiss, and I believe some UK, like those markets, that's literally my dream job. Like literally. And I said to Josh, I'm like, I couldn't, my boyfriend, I said, I'm like, I couldn't not apply. I'm like, I had to apply. I'm like, because that's literally my dream job, but I'm way underqualified. So I don't even expect a call back, and it's fine. I just couldn't not apply. But yeah, but in the future, like that's literally like what I want to do. Like I want to like, so it's like, I don't expect to get a call back, but the end goal is that job. So I wasn't going to like not apply if there was a job opening, But yeah, anyway. Yeah, HarperCollins. Yep. You could have been a reference. Yeah, well, like it's really cool. It's literally like the job that I want. Like because I've been looking at like publishing jobs and like working in the publishing field and all that. And what you do is like you work overseas and you work with bringing the books to like their market, and you work with like the the marketing team to create like a catalog for them, so that way they can go through, and you attend like like international book fairs and stuff and promote books from HarperCollins and get them overseas. And it's really cool. Like it's literally like the dream. Like that's it. Like traveling, talking about books, like done. Like you can pay me like the bare minimum and I'll still be like, okay, cool. I get to travel. It's cool. Like I get to talk about books. It's cool. As long as I have food, we're good. Shoot for the moon. Yeah, that's what I figured. I'm like, I saw the position was open. I had a really bad day at work that day, and I was Googling, jobs just because that's what I do on a bad day at work. And I found that job, and I'm like, oh my God, there's an opening. I have to apply. So I did. Yeah. Books and travel equals Disney. I know, like, seriously, I could have just given them my Instagram. Like, that's all it is traveling and books and my cats. As long as the viewer is like is a cat person, I got this. Yeah, it was, I couldn't not apply, so I did. Oh my goodness. Anyway, tangent as always. Oh my goodness. Oh, I know. We need to talk about Olaf. and his character and the ending, like, we need to talk about. I was like, I completely forgot. Ow, I just hit myself. I won't forget now. I completely forgot about him and Kit. And I'm like, and like I forget what they said. Like, they're like, ew. Where is it? No, I want the. Yes, a Sunny. Sunny's like, yuck. And I'm sitting here like, oh. I'm like, oh my goodness. So sweet. He did. He kissed her. I'm like, what? And then the quote, the poem, the quote that they did to each other, I looked it up. It's a poem. And it is a real poem. And it's by Francis William Bourdillon. I like looked up the whole poem because I'm like, I need to read it. But it literally is like everything that they said. It's like 2 stanzas. Like, that's it. But I'm like, oh. I just love this. I love this book, like, really makes you feel for Olaf. Like, because like we've been leading up to this whole like Olaf as like rounding him out as like a character and like why he is the way that he is. And I love when they do villain. What is it? Villain. It's not villain redemption, but villain. Yes, Kitty. Open it. Bane just opened the door. But I love that they do like these like not villain redemption, but like you get to see like the villains like behind the scenes, like from a different light. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't know. But I love that. I love when books do that with villains because villains aren't like they're usually not just straight up evil. There's usually like I like that they like there's reasoning behind why he is. Will you get your butt out of here, Bane? Ain't nobody wants your tail all in their face. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like you have him around as a villain for so long and like you think that he's just like straight up evil and then like they little nuggets of like compassion, little nuggets for you where you're just like, oh, okay, like maybe there is like a reason. And then you like put like his true love or whatever like right there and like and then they die together and I'm just like, what? It's like, what? Yes, empathy for Olaf when he was ousted from, yeah, and caged, yeah. I just, that's what, like, I think, like, the whole, like, we ended with, like, the new baby, and we ended with, like, Olaf and Kit, like, their love, and the new baby, and, you know, maybe the Baudelaires. I can't even say their last name. I'm not a real fan. But like we get like this hope that maybe they could have a real life and you get like all these things. And I think like the central theme, which we thought before was like, these are just unfortunate events. This is just life. I think like the central theme is just love. Like, I think that's the central theme. I know that sounds really super freaking cheesy coming from me, but like, I think the central theme is just like love. It perseveres, man. Yeah. Is that what you think? Is like what he said, right? He's like, is that what you think? Something like that. Like he wouldn't admit that he actually did the fire. We're talking about the series of unfortunate events. Yeah, right? Central theme of love. Like it always works. Yes, that's what he says. He's like, is that what you think? And we know it. And you don't know anything. I just think that's like, I think it tells, like, it's so like telling, but not at the same time. Like, I don't think he did it. Which is what, like, but I don't know, because like we're made to like feel like compassion for him all of a sudden. And it's like, but what if he did? Like, I don't know. I think that's another question. There's so many damn questions. Yeah. I know. I was like, oh yeah, here we go. Finally, people are not idiots. They finally found a village of not idiots, and then they turn out to be idiots. We're starting a mutiny, and they're just like arguing over the dumbest things. And like I get what Ishmael. I get what he was like trying to do, but obviously he's going about it all wrong. But I get what he was trying to do, like make this one place where everyone's safe, because I'm sure he's seen some shit. Yeah, to the parent not being perfect. Yeah, so it shows everyone has good things and bad things. It could have just been like an accident too. Like that's another thing. Like it could have legit been an accident. I don't think like we don't have like any solid evidence. I mean, it is very like coincidental that it's like a fire, and that's what the people who broke off from the schisms do, is start fires, like the bad start fires, the good like put them out. So like it seems very coincidental that they died in a fire and the kids just happened to be away. I don't know. Better to be safe or immersed in the world. Yeah. Yeah, that was another like big thing in this book. And I like that they had the different like castaway people on the island. I like how they had like them arguing like, oh, I had a life of adventure and I was hoping that I could finally settle down and be safe. And then I had a really safe life and now I'm looking for adventure. So that's why I, came to this island and I'm not getting that. And like that argument, I'm like, just split the island down the middle and let's be done with it. Like, I'm just like, oh my goodness, just stop. An accident, yeah. Yeah, like I literally just now thought of it. I'm not even kidding. Like I'm not gonna pretend to be like, I've been thinking about that for years. No, I literally just thought of that. Like, what if it was just an accident? Yeah, there's so many fires. Like, yeah, Sunny started a fire. Like, she's contributed to it. And my heater's turning on. Trying to tell me I'm cold. Yeah, everyone broke the rules. Yeah. So like I like Thursday and Monday and Friday. Like there's I don't know. Yeah, totally safe and protected environment is impossible. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Well, that's like, especially this series, because like it took me so long to read the entire series all the way through. Like this is like the first time in a long time that I've read the series all the way through. I usually just read like the first couple books just to get the feels. But yeah, this is like the first time that I've read them through in a long time. And yeah, it's so cool to like be like, I don't remember what happens. And then, oh, I remember what happens. Like, and all of a sudden it like hits you. And it's really weird when it does, because it's like I'll look at like one of the illustrations or something, and all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, I remember. It comes flooding back. But yeah, I definitely like see new things, and it's really cool. It's also cool to read them with someone who hasn't read them before as well, because like you would see things and I'm like, oh yeah. We'll tell you this buddy read is going this, well, we're at the end. I don't even want to talk about it. But this is going way better than I joined that the Rainbow Reads book club, which is hosted by Pucks and Paperbacks, and she's reading this book. Where is it? It's great. It's right here. And I don't think I'm gonna finish it by the time she like does the live show. He does a live show about it. Oh my goodness. I'm misgendering people because I'm awful. But I was thinking about Tosh. But this one, reading this, and it is not good. I'm just like not liking this at all. I'm like, I've been struggling through this for forever now. It feels like forever. It feels like forever. I'm only like, I think a part of it has to do with I hated Adana Crania, and this is like this girl's thing is like she does like a web series that's a modern day Adana Crania, and then yeah, Insta story, yeah, oh, and then she cares. She's like a YouTuber basically, and she cares about views and like actually cares about views and comments and like making sure she stays the next best thing. And I just can't with people that actually care about like YouTube. Like, I mean, people who take YouTube seriously, like the only thing they care about is getting big on YouTube and getting all the followers and all the subscribers. And like, I hate that. Like, I hate it so much. It's so fake and I hate it. Like so much. So like I'm reading the book and I'm like rolling my eyes. Like I cannot stand the main character. I just can't. And there's no audiobook, which is like the worst thing ever. Cause I'm like, okay, there has to be an audiobook of this. I can just switch over to that. And like, then I'll be forced to read it. Like it'll be projected into me and I'll have to read it. But there isn't. There's none. And I can't. I can't. Just the main character. I just can't stand her. And then like she had this opposite. Now I'm getting on a tangent about this, but the last thing I'm going to say about it. But she has her web series, which is like the modern day Adana Crania. But then she also has Tea Time with Tosh, where she is just like a vlog like this, where she just kind of vlogs and sits down with a cup of tea and chats about books, like just chats. And she's like. And she had to film a video for that channel saying how she's taking a break from the channel to focus on the web series. And this channel, like the channel with that Tea Time channel, would take up too much time and effort that could be put towards the web series. And I'm like, since when is it effort to sit down with a cup of tea and talk? Like, first off, that's not effort. It takes no effort. It takes minimal. You won't have to edit. It takes minimal editing. You don't need to think about anything. Like, you don't need to plan it out ahead of time because you're literally just sitting there drinking tea. And she's like, she was all stressed about like filming this video and sitting down and talking. And like, she was so upset that she was going to like make everybody mad. I'm like, oh my God, just don't film a video then. People will get over it. They'll see you whenever you post a new one. Like, no one cares. I'm just like, I hate this character. I hate the way she thinks and I hate her. Like, oh my goodness. I don't know, actually. That's a very good question. I think she does like a web series because that would explain it. Once upon a time, she co-created a Shakespearean web series that's absolutely as nerdy as it sounds. So she has done like a web series. I think that's it. I think I just don't. I think I just can't do books by Booktubers. Especially if they put booktube stuff, like not booktube, not books by Booktubers, books by like YouTubers. If they take some of the YouTube stuff and put it in their books, I just can't. I cannot stand when there's web series in my books or like something to do with like fans and they actually care about like the fans. Like, and they call them fans. They don't call them like my family, like my friends. Like, cause like when I talk about people from YouTube or BookTube, I'm like, yeah, my friends. And people are like, they're not your friends. They're on the internet. I'm like, Shannon and I are tight. Like, we're friends. I don't care what anyone says. But it's like, oh, I just hate people who are like so, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm not like big on YouTube. I don't think I ever would want to be, but like maybe that's, oh, sorry, Bane. I didn't know you were down on my feet. But maybe that's why I don't, because I don't care about like stats or anything. So I don't know. It's just so hard. That's what she said. Oh my goodness. I made that joke like 100 times about this book. Yeah. Common interest, but direct opposite perspective. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm, it's really hard to like, it's going to be really hard to like contain my thoughts. I don't think I'm going to finish the book before the live show. Like I don't think that's going to happen. So I'll probably be watching the live show after the fact, which is good for me because I have no filter. And I think they're going to like have a live chat with the author. And I'm like not, I'm like, I have no filter and I don't want to be that person who's just like, why'd you write this trash? Like, I just can't. Yeah, chatty videos, exactly. I'm like, and she even said in the book, she's like, those videos are super easy and relaxing to film, but I just don't have time for it. It's like, when don't you have time? Like you literally direct the episodes and then you go home and you do all this whining and you sit around in your bed, you whine and you spend all this time like looking at stats and trying to be the next big thing and making sure that you don't lose momentum and all these stupid things. I'm like, if you stop worrying about that, you could film a tea time video. like it's going to take you like a minute. I'm like so confused. Yes, we be friends. Yes. It's like, I would never go, my fans, my followers, my subscribers. I'm like, no. Yeah, exactly. Like viewer divide. Yeah. I don't like thinking of people as just viewers or just a number. Like I don't like that at all. I've never, and like I do come from a different, I have to like think about, I do come from a different time period of YouTube. Like when I started YouTube, it was 10 years ago. So like YouTube has drastically changed and become a business and like people started getting paid to do videos. But back when I started, that was not a thing. So like I've saw people get monetized and I could have gotten monetized, but never did. Now I don't think I have the option, but I could have like a long time ago and I never did it because I'm like, screw that. What am I going to make a quarter? I'm like, I have a day job. But Josh is loud. I can hear him. But anyway, yeah. Freaking cat. It's got like this cat hair up my nose now. But yeah, like so I got to see it like shift and become a business. And like I saw the first like big YouTubers make money and like it start to become like a job. And like I'm like, it's never. So like maybe that's why. Maybe because I'm like there's like a generation gap kind of thing. I don't know. A generation gap with YouTube, not with like people. I'm just confused with YouTube. But no, I can't. I just can't. Like, I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. Obviously, anyone who says that they wouldn't like this to be like their job is lying. Like, obviously, I want to sit here and just talk to a camera all day and get paid. Especially if I get to talk about books. Like, obviously, everyone wants to be just sitting here talking and getting paid for it. But like, it's weird to view it as a job, I guess. I don't know. If the author is there, maybe watch it later. Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Like, I'm like, I don't have a filter. I'm like, oh, I don't know. See, the problem with the books that are picked are like books that the library doesn't have. Like this one, I went to the library to get, and they didn't have, well, the library wasn't open. And then that library was supposed to be open and it never was. And then they didn't have it. So I just gave up and I bought it. And that's the thing that's like making me read it, is the fact that because Josh said that. He's like, why don't you just put it down and stop reading it? And I'm like, first off, I'm already too far in. Even though I want to punch the character in the face, I go, also, I paid money for this. Like, I deserve this because I paid full price for that. I deserve this. Like, this is on me. This is on me. I got to finish it now. Paid full price, paid it wasn't $11.99. It was on Amazon, so it was probably some kind of discount. But yeah, I don't know. People started YouTube. Now they want to do a side hustle, even a job. Yeah. And that's the thing, like, that's the thing that bothers me the most, is people going into YouTube with that objective. Like, going into it thinking, okay, I want this to be my job. This is a goal. Like this, I'm, like taking it too seriously. And that bothers me like a lot. And that's like why I'm having trouble with like that main character in that book. It's just like, I can't stand when people are like that on YouTube, and it comes off as fake. Like, you can tell that that's what they're doing. And it's just tacky and it's fake. And I just, like, I purposely, if you super duper like edit your videos and you do like all the cheesy cuts and you know what I'm talking about, like those cuts where their face is just bouncing around, like, okay, we get it. Humans' attention spans are short, we get it. But it's like it's super scripted and you can tell, and it's just like, I'm not here to watch TV. Like, that's what Netflix and Hulu are for. Like, I'm not here to watch, your life. I don't care. I'm here to like be friends and have a community and talk about books and just, I don't know. It's a whole like rabbit hole of a topic. Rabbit hole? Is that yeah. Like, I'm like kicking books. There's books at my feet. There's books everywhere. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, with book clubs. At least with the series of unfortunate events. I just burped. That's like a series that's been out for forever. And I feel like every single library has the series of unfortunate events at this point. And if they don't, then that library sucks. But like, that's a thing. Like, I feel like they're very easy access. They've been out for, God, 10 years. 10 years? I think the first one came out in 90. Oh my God, now I need to know. First one came out in 97, 99. 99. Yeah, the first one came out in 99. So like, they've been out for some time. They've been out for 20 years. 20? No. 20 years? No. That's weird. That's weird to think about. That's weird to think about. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, if it's a popular book, you never get them from the library in time, and they can be pricey. Yeah. That's why I said like if we continue, reading all the wrong questions and stuff, that's why I asked like if you had access to them. And like, I feel like middle grade, I feel like it's easier. I feel like middle grade, first off, it's cheaper. Middle grade books are cheaper. They're easier to read. And they are usually, like, they're easier to find at the library. They're cheaper. They're easier to read. So read along, like people start on YouTube or even blogging, Instagram. It's all stylist to be professional, but it's like, exactly. What do you think about the book? Exactly. I noticed that a lot with Bookstagram. And like, don't get me wrong, I love the beautiful pictures as much as the next person. But like, I've commented on, I can't even like tell you how many like videos I've commented on, not videos, books, book pictures that I've commented on where I'm like, yeah, that book was great. Like, what did you think? Like, oh, so good. And they're like, oh, haven't read it yet. And I'm like, but, oh my God, I'm so confused. It's like, why did you post about it then? I'm so confused. Like, at least put in the caption, can't wait to get to this book. Like, that's fine. Like, you just hauled this book and you're really excited about it. Like, I've done that. But like, to just post about the book, like you've read it, oh, that's like nails on, like, just, oh, I just want to strangle the person. Like, oh my God, you're killing me. That's why read-alongs rock. Yeah. Yeah, ebook and physical. And the audiobooks, I believe all of the audiobooks for the series of Unfortunate Events are on YouTube as well. So I think the How to Train Your Dragons ones are too, because the last How to Train Your Dragon I listened to on YouTube because I didn't get the book in time. And I didn't want to use an Audible credit for that short of a book because it feels like a waste of a credit. The books are so short. But the audiobooks are brilliant. But also what is great is you know what and when you are reading. Yeah, so you have time to get them. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 20 years. That's nuts. I didn't even think of that. Oh, I wonder if they're going to do anything exciting this year. I should email HarperCollins and be like, hey, are you doing anything special for Series of Unfortunate Events this year? Also, while you're at it, could you check my resume? I should do like I've never done a giveaway ever on my channel, but I should do a giveaway of like the entire series or something. Like do a big giveaway for Series of Unfortunate Events. Maybe for Grinchathon or something. Like the big Grinchathon round. Maybe I'll do like Christmas gifts. Ugh, Christmas. Oh, let's not think about that. Yeah, well, that's what I was like. I wasn't going to be like, let's read all the wrong questions and like you not be able to get them. Because like that's not cool. Exactly. It's so odd to post a book that you haven't read on Instagram unless you're about to start it. Exactly. It makes me feel like an ass. Like when I comment and I'm like I comment and I'm like, oh, it's such a great book. Like I'm so excited to like chat about this book. And then the person hasn't even read it. And it kind of makes you just feel like an ass. Like, I'm sorry. Like, joke's on me, I guess. Like, it's like, what? Oh my goodness. It's just like, so annoying. Like, what are you doing? An ebook. Oh, they're not an ebook? That's weird. It's neither one of my libraries that I frequent have the full set of the How to Train Your Dragon series. Either on audiobook or on physical. Neither one has all of them. And I like checked because I'm like, well, maybe like some of them are checked out. No, neither one has the entire series. And neither one has the entire series on audio. Like they have random books. It's not even like 1, 2, 3 that they have on audio. It's like 3, 5, and 7. Like they like random. It's so weird. And I'm like, I don't get this. Like, what is going on? Like who is in charge of book buying? Who has Becky's job? I'm like, because we need her here because she needs to fix this. Like, Oh, it's so annoying. Because I was borrowing them from the library, like the audiobooks from the library, but now they don't have the rest of them. They just have like random ones. It's so stupid. So stupid. You do have to try them on audiobook. They're really fun. They're so much fun. Like I can't go back to, like I can't just go to straight physical now. Like I have to listen to them now. It's like, oh, I love it. I love it so much. It's mostly David Tennant. Like that man, he is something. He's brilliant. Like he all the voices that come out of him, like you would think that it's narrated by a full cast with the amount of voices that comes out of that man. Like ridiculous. And like even like the side pages, I don't have one near me, but like the side pages with like the dragons, like where the dragon will just be like talking like just randomly, like a side little page, like talking about how deadly it is or something. Like he'll make like voices for like that, like for the dragon, and like it's crazy. I love it. So much fun. He is brilliant. He's brilliant. Like I have a newfound like love. Like I always loved David Tennant, but like now like it's just solidified it. Like I love David Tennant. It's like, okay. That's what I was thinking. I should totally email HarperCollins just to ask. I do have a project coming up, which I'll tell you because it's like no one else needs to know. But I do have a project coming up. It actually was inspired by you because you did the you're doing the catching up on book reviews, which I love. I love how you're like, are you ready for some not great book reviews? I'm like, oh my God, I feel you, girl. Like, I'm like, oh my God. Like, and I thought about that because remember I was really hating myself for not doing a review of House of 1000 Eyes, that book that I got an ARC, and not doing a review of it. And now it's out, and like I feel so bad because the publisher sent me the book, and like I was like internally beating myself up over it, and I refused to ask any other publisher for an ARC because of that. Like I just felt so awful. So I'm going to do a new project, which I'm gonna hopefully try to seek out some publishers and hopefully get some more ARCs. But like I want to get ARCs of the books that no one's talking about. Like I want ARCs of books that like maybe, you know, no one else cares. Like so it's like going to be an underrated like book recommendation kind of thing. So like I want to just like do like underrated books, the books that no one is talking about. But like I thought that was like a good idea because like first off I can work with the publishers and hopefully like get books that people aren't talking about, so hopefully get them some more recognition, because those two books, like the two books I'm using for my first video, are like both of them are ARCs I've received, and one of them I did a review of, that Your One and Only that I was talking about before. But like those are both books that like no one talks about at all, and like I haven't seen a single other person talk about, and I love them both like so much. And I'm like I want to work with like publishers for books like that. Like that's what I want to do. Like look at this underrated book. But I mean, my channel isn't really that big either, so it's like who's really gonna watch this? But like but yeah, so it made me feel better about like that book, because now I can do like a review of it, kind of like to recommend it. And it's like yes. Yes, exactly. It was inspired by you because you're like catching up on books reviews and talking about books, and I'm like, oh my God, I could do that. Like just do a book recommendation and talk about this book. And I'm like, that's brilliant. Oh my goodness. Like don't even, your book reviews are fine. Like seriously, I stress over book reviews. Like that's why I don't ever like do any. I really wish I did more just for myself, because it's good. Like this one I want to do one for, but I feel like I'm going to get a lot of hate. But I feel like if I do a book review, especially of a book that I dislike from now on, I really want to make sure that I put a book that I did like and why I did like that. Because I think that's another video idea I have. Secret. But like, if I read a bad book, do a review of that bad book, saying why I didn't like it, but then be able to be like, hey, but here's a book that had similar themes that I did like, and here's why. Because like for this one, the main character is asexual, and that's like a selling point for the book. But like the main character in Let's Talk About Love was asexual, and it was like so well done. So well done. And like, oh, I loved it so much. I love that book. I gave it 5 stars, but this thing is getting like a 2-star at this rate from me. Like I just can't. So grating. But yeah, which is very relevant because I think I gave Adana Crania like a 2 or 3 stars. So it's very accurate. But yeah, like that's another thing. Like if you do, like, that's another project. I'm gonna write down before I forget about it. Bad book. Here's a good one. Publisher's gonna love that. Yeah, maybe. It's so hard to request arcs though. And also like, even like, I don't even want them to like, I don't necessarily like when I email them, I'm not gonna be like, hey, send me all the arcs. I just would like them to like tell me as well. Like maybe they have like documents or you know, paperwork or promotional items for like these books. Like that's like, just tell me what the books are that are underrated, like that aren't getting as much hype as they would like just tell me, and then like I'll wait until they come out and then I'll read them, like if I have to do that. Like I don't need people to be like, hey, send me the books. Like I'm not that person where I'm like, you need to send me the books. Like no, like seriously, just tell me the books. Like seriously. But if you want to send them, that's fine too. Here's my address. Make sure I work in the books that maybe have the least reviews instead of all the ones everyone is talking about. Yeah, like that's like a thing. Like so many. I mean, and I'm not gonna say that I'm not part of the problem because I am, but like obviously I like to read the books that, you know, everyone's hyped about too. Like I like to do that too. Like there's a lot of books that are coming out today that I'm like, oh, I can't wait to read that. And, you know, everyone's talking about it and like I want to talk about it too. But there's so many, like it's oversaturated with like the same books. Like, I mean, and obviously these books are great for obvious reasons. Like they have representation and, you know, they're like that, like I'm not taking away from that. I'm just saying like I want more. Like, you know, like I want books that no one is talking about, and I want to know why no one is talking about it, and I want to share so that way more books, you know, get out. Like it's like, oh my goodness. But yeah. Yeah, book reviews take so much practice and there's so much prep, and yeah. That's why I love how you're like, here's some not so great book reviews. It's just like, I love that. I love it because like there's so much work and like, and for what? Like how many people watch book reviews? And it's like, it just seems like so much work. I just want people to be like, hey, make this video. Like, can I get to the level, like I don't want to be YouTube famous or anything like that, but can I just get to the level where people tell me what they want from me? Like that way I don't have to think of ideas. Like just tell me what you want. You want the same, just tell me. You want me to tag videos every single day? That's fine. Well, let's do it. Like, oh my goodness. It's like, that's a great idea. Do a dual book review. Yes. Exactly. And I feel like I've done like those kind of comparisons, like bad versus good, like so often too. Like in my head, like not out loud, but like in my head, like I've compared, like for example, for me, Ready Player One. a huge part of Ready Player One was 80s references. And for me, I hated that book so much. Oh, it hurt. I really did not like Ready Player One, but for many reasons. But one of the big things was like 80s references, and they were like shoved in your face. It's like, oh my gosh, stop. But a book that does like 80s references well, because I do like 80s references, obviously. I'm like, I love it, but like, it doesn't need to be force-fed. But like Eleanor and Park does subtle 80s references like throughout the book, like very like just subtle ones, just here and there, like a sprinkling, but they're like perfect. And like I still like while reading, I'm like, okay, I love this. I just want to wrap myself in this book. Like that's like the same, like if I was compare like two different books, like completely different genres, completely different plots, completely different premises, completely different characters, like everything's different. The only thing that's similar is 80s references, but one did it right and one just shoved them in your face, and it was just used it to hide awful characters. Oh my goodness. Yeah, request for the info for books. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, being engaged with the same books. Yeah, but like, really? Your most viewed are book reviews? Like, I don't think anyone, I don't know. I don't actually look at analytics like very often. So I don't know if like mine are actually like anyone actually watches them, but I feel like, I just feel like they're the least engaged. Like of like they're definitely maybe not the least viewed, but they're definitely the least that I feel engaged with people about. But that could be wrong too. Like maybe I'm just not paying attention, because that's a thing for me and YouTube, not paying attention. But yeah. Thought I saw a cat, but it was not one. I'm just like hallucinating. Yeah. Yeah. Level of engagement. Yeah, when you know what they like. Yeah, exactly. Wasn't a fan of Ready Player One. Yeah, I didn't like Ready Player One at all. And I think another part is when people, it happens way too often. People hype up books for you, like personally for you. Like people personally be like, okay, you're going to love this. Izzy, you're going to love this book. And it's like, and then like, you're like, now I feel pressured. And then you go into it and you're like, I'm going to love this. I'm going to love this. I'm going to love this. And then you're like, oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. And then it just like, I feel like it just like snowballs and it's just like turns in, I hate this book. Like, because like your expectation was up here and you went in with that expectation. Like maybe if I wouldn't have went into Ready Player One with that high, like of an expectation, maybe I would have like been like, oh, this is all right. But like now I hate that book. I just can't stand it. I've never seen the movie though. So Josh wants to see the movie at some point, but it's definitely not on my list. Like it's not something, oh, I need to go watch it right now. No. Yes, Eleanor Park has 80s references. Yes, it does. Not just 80s references. It has a lot of 80s new wave and punk references. Like, and then it does like, it has some subtle ones that are like sprinkled, that are just sprinkled in there. It'll be like what someone's wearing or something. Oh, I really loved Eleanor Park. I really loved that book. Was that, when did I read Eleanor Park? It wasn't this year, I don't think. I think it was last year. I mean, the year before last. 2017? I think so, because it ended up being like one of my favorite books. Maybe it was this year. I know it ended up being one of my favorite books of the year, whichever year I read it. Maybe it was this year. I can't remember. But yeah, I really recommend Eleanor Park, especially, like I said, like 80s references and done right. And Eleanor Park is like, it's a romance, but it's done properly, I think. I don't know. I'm also not I'm not one of those people who get like super pissed off at insta-love, but I don't think Eleanor Park is insta-lovey. But I'm not one of those people who get like pissed off at insta-love because that's life. Like some people just fall in love like that. Like, sure, it's not love, it's infatuation, but who cares? It's a part of life. I don't care. Anyway, yeah. Very unpopular opinion on BookTube, by the way. Being a fan, being okay with insta-love, whoa. Oh, classics, yes, classic or popular books, yeah. That I didn't like, yep. Really? You had to turn the comments off of one of them? That's crazy. I can't say which. I don't think I've never had anyone get like really mad at me for saying that I didn't like their book, but like I haven't done reviews of like a lot of the more popular ones. I haven't done a lot of book reviews in general, but like I definitely haven't done any of a lot of the real popular ones. But yeah, I could see that. That's like when people, oh my gosh, when people say that when I tell people that I don't like Pride and Prejudice, like, although if you get Pride at your library, where is it? Have you seen Pride? Here it is. Have you seen Pride? Like it's in my room. Have you seen it? I meant like, have you seen the cover? I believe it's actually blue. This is the Owl Crate edition, but it's actually blue. This, which is a Pride and Prejudice retelling, I was so scared to read, but I read it last month and I never put up my wrap up because I was sick like all month. But this was great. I loved this. Great. I say like Tony the Tiger. This was great. I really liked this a lot, which is great, like crazy, because I gave this 5 stars and I gave Pride and Prejudice, what, 2 or 3? I think 3. I think I was being generous and gave it 3 because it was all right. It wasn't terrible. It was just all right. Like, just when hype is directed specifically at you. Yeah. Oh, I just hate that. I also hate when people, because I don't get gifted books very often. Like not a lot of people give me books as gifts. But I feel really weird when people give me books that are completely outside, like, okay, maybe not completely outside what I read, but this is going to sound like contradictory because I just said I like underrated books. But like when people get me books I've never heard anything about, sometimes I get really scared because I'm like, what if I hate this? Like, I just, like, what if I hate this? And like, and then I got to tell them that I didn't like that book. Like, it's just so awkward. It's like, because like I have 2 books that coworkers gave me. One of them, I have no clue I have no clue what either one's really about. One of them is historical fiction romance, and I don't think I'm gonna like it, like at all. The other one, I have literally no clue what it's about at all. And I've read the first chapter, and I still have no clue what it's about at all. I've read the synopsis, I've read the first chapter, I still have no clue at all what it's about, like not even a little bit. So I'm just like, I'm probably gonna hate this. Yeah, fast paced, but not that exactly. Yeah, a lot of references, easy to read. Yeah. Ready Player One. My main thing with Ready Player One was just not great overall. It just, and it was a lot of like the same like books. I've seen so many of those themes in other books, like the exact same thing happen, and I'm just like, I've read this already. But my main thing was like the main character was a creeper. Like he was not a good person, like at all. And I'm fine with unlikable characters. Like that's not like something I'm against. I love like unlikable characters, but he was like straight up creepy and not made to be an unlikable character. Like he was made to be a likable character. And I don't think any of his actions were really good. He did a lot of like shady stuff that like I wouldn't approve of. I don't know. I just I have so many thoughts about that book, but we know. I got into that in my my worst of. There's so much hate for insta-love. Yeah. And I think there's so much hate for it in YA. especially, which I think is hilarious because teenagers are impulsive. They fall in love like this and they think that they're in love. It's how it works. Like that's a thing. Like, do you know how many times like I've thought I was in love as like a kid? And maybe like, what is love? Like, what define it? Like, what is it? Like who's to say that that's not what love is? Like, I just so many people like just hate on insta love, and I'm like, a part of me understands like where they're coming from. Like, it's sometimes the romances are just come out of nowhere and you're like, what the hell? But I'm not like, it's not an awful thing to have in my books. Like, there are way worse things that could be in my books like than insta love. Like, I don't care. It's love, whatever. It's better than hate. Unpopular reviews. Sometimes I get, you didn't get it, or you're talking too seriously comments. Yeah. Yeah. Still not nice. Yeah, I get that. Well, that's like with Pride and Prejudice. A lot of people were like, you just don't get it. Or a lot of people were saying, like, a lot of people have said that to me, like, you do realize it's a comedy, right? And I'm like, yeah, but like, it was boring. Like, it's just so much talking about other people. Like, if that aspect wasn't in it, it's just not for me. It was very like, just, I don't know, like, just get over it. Yeah, like, just get over it. Like, oh my goodness. Like, people can like different books, even if it's a classic, like, even if it's your favorite book. If someone came up to me and was like, I hate the series of unfortunate events, they are awful, I'd be like, okay, cool. Don't read them. Like, that's fine. I get it. I don't get it, obviously, but you know, that's your opinion. Whatever. I don't care. I'm not gonna go and search videos and get on the internet and like, oh, you didn't like it? You just didn't get it. You didn't read the whole series all the way to the end. You don't get it. Like, I don't care. People always search for like the negative instead of searching for people like the positive. Like, search for people that like the book then. Like, if you want to chat about it and say how much you love it. Like, just find people that like it too. That's the wonderful part of the internet. Like, don't bash people. I did read Pride and I loved it. I loved it so much. And which is hilarious to me because like we said, like, I thought like I didn't like Pride and Prejudice. So like I really thought that I wasn't going to like it. And I was putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. And then Blackathon happened and I read like the majority of the books I read last month were all by Black authors. I think I read 2 books that weren't. The Walking Dead graphic novel, I think, because it needed to go back to the library. And the 100, which I started before I went on vacation. So like I needed to finish that book. Oh, and the Series of Unfortunate Events book that I read that month, which was, yeah. So book 12, I think. So like I read mostly books by Black authors, or I think one graphic novel just had a Black queer character, which was good. It was all right. That was like, wasn't that great of a book, but yeah, every single like other book that I read was like 4 or 5 stars. Like, that was a great month. It's a shame because I did record my wrap up. I just haven't uploaded it yet. It'll get uploaded next month when I'm recording my wrap up for this month. No, this was really good. It was really great. And like, I was so nervous about it. So I'm just like, you know what? It's Blackathon. And it was Owl Crate-a-thon at the time too. So like, I'm just read it. Came in Owl Crate. It'll be the Owl Crate book that I read. Just get it out of the way. So I was like, I'm like, it'll be quick too. So it's contemporary. And I also had I was talking to someone on Instagram, someone who actually did read the book and didn't just post the picture of it. And they said they didn't like Pride and Prejudice, but they loved Pride. And that like solidified it for me. Cause I'm like, oh, thank God. I didn't think you existed. I didn't think these people existed. And cause like everyone was like, I love Pride and Prejudice. I love Pride. And I'm like, oh, but I want to read it. But like, I think I'm going to hate it. So I think that was probably why it ended up being 5 stars, because that was another one of those like not hyped, not excited, and then surprised, and like it ended up being a 5 star because I was surprised. Reality, I was probably like a 4, but like I was so surprised that I ended up loving it that I probably gave it a 5. But I really liked it. I think it just worked better. There was less like chatting and like less like I need to pawn you off here and pawn you off here, and there's less of that like selling your daughters thing. So like it was more like tolerable. It was cute. I liked it. Yes, the awkward gift of books. Yeah, right? That's like it was a coworker, so like I don't think she had a clue like what I read, but like she sent a picture of the back of the book to my other coworker who does know what I read. So like I feel like she should have been like, nah, Izzy's not gonna like that. And like I look at the back of the cover and I'm like, it's like literally sitting on my shelf, and I probably would have unhauled it had it not been a gift. I'm like, it's just sitting there and I'm like, I don't want to read this. But it was a gift, so like I will probably at least give it a try. Even though that person quit. That person, I don't even work with that person anymore. They quit. So like, and I don't talk to that person because like we're not friends in like real life really. So like, I don't think I'll ever talk to her again. So she'll never know if I actually get rid of it. But I personally will know that I never gave it a shot. So I'm like, I'll give it a shot because you never know. It could surprise me. Even though it's not, historical fiction it's hit and miss, very much hit and miss for me. My coffee maker just beeped. My coffee's bad. Nope, still tastes good to me. YA is most likely to experience insta-love. Exactly. Love is a good thing. Insta, slow burn, for a moment or forever. All good. Exactly. It's all good. Like, chillax. Yeah, a lot of Pride and Prejudice. Talking about other people. And I think that's what was missing from this. Like, there was a lot less chatting about other people in this and gossiping, and like it still had like a very like definitely central theme. It's the same. It still had like things very similar, but way better. Way better. It makes more sense in a modern setting. I could get the themes easier. Yeah, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Oh, you didn't get to participate in Blackathon and Black History Month at all. Yeah, I read so many great books. Like it was a really good month. Definitely. And I mean, I didn't even read, it's not like I read like a crazy amount that month, like the past month, but like I think I read like 8 books, which is that's about the average. Especially since like at the end of the month I got sick. But no, I read a lot of great books. And I think I found like some new favorite authors too. Definitely Jason Reynolds. I read 2 of his books. One I rented from the library and another one I owned. And both of them were 5-star reads. So like I think Jason Reynolds is like he might be I bought a couple more of his books because I found them at like Ollie's, and they were super cheap because Ollie's is like book outlet in person. And I'm like so excited to read everything that he touches because like I loved like, oh, it was just so good. And Let's Talk About Love was really good. It was about a Black asexual girl who she's also bi as well, which was really interesting. And I've never really read like asexual like that often, and like especially like I think that's another reason why I'm not liking this is because I read such a great asexual rep. At least I feel like it was an asexual rep, like a great one. I learned a lot, and I felt like it was, I don't know, I just thought it was really great. But maybe that's why this one is so meh. So many a-thons. Yeah, there is. It's hard to keep up. I definitely want to participate in the magical readathon, but that one is like, it's like the complete opposite of Grinchathon, and Grinchathon is also happening in April, and it's like the complete opposite of what Grinchathon is all about. Like, it's so much like stuff. Whereas Grinchathon is just like, read whatever, I don't care. Like, and Magical Readathon's like, you can only read these books, and these ones have to meet this challenge. If you want to have this career, you have to read these books, and blah blah blah. And I mean, I appreciate the work that she puts into it, though. Like, the amount, like, I could not do that. That's another reason why my readathon is super laid back, is because of my level of thinking. If that makes any sense. Like, I personally am like, I don't have whatever creative gene that girl has. I do not have that. She is amazing. Like, it's so epic. Ray Bradbury. I've heard that name, but I haven't read anything by him. How expectations and the experimentalness can bump a book up or yeah, definitely. Like, I think like being genuinely surprised that you like a book will make your rating go up higher. Definitely. At least for me, like, definitely. Like, if I go in expecting it's going to be great and it ends up falling flat, then it ends up really falling flat for me. But yeah. The Magical Readathon is, I get tired just trying to figure, right? Oh my God. Like, I'm definitely going to participate. Like, definitely. But like, it's just a lot. It's a lot. I have decided a career. But I mean, the career that I decided is one of the most popular careers. And then I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, well, what if the wizarding community, like, what's their economy like? Do they have a lot of job openings right now? Because what if I can't get a job in this field? Maybe I should go with something that no one is going for. What are the least and then I spiral. And I'm like, maybe I should go for something that no one's going for, and then I'll be able to get a job. And I'm like, wait a minute, Izzy, this is fake. Like, oh my goodness, like that. Sure, yeah. But then I just tend to fail early, so now I just watch everyone else's TBRs. Yeah. Well, I'm definitely gonna participate. I think I picked. I don't expect to like get crazy about it. Sneak participate in their sprints, right? I do that with a lot of readathons. Like, I haven't even picked a TBR. I'm not even participating. I just see that they're doing sprints and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm reading right now. Not for your readathon, but hey, sprints. But I think I'm gonna do magical zoologist. I think, because I hate people and I want to work with animals. Because like there was the only one that was like book related would have been like librarian, and I'm like oh, here's my resume that's all marked up. That's not the one I sent, but like I think this is what I'm gonna do. Here's another reason why, because there's only 4 owls that I need to pass. And while I am going to pick a book for every single owl and try to hit every challenge, I know that I'm not going to. So I know that I'm not going to be able to do it. So I think I can do, if I can just do those 4, I'm good. Like, I got this. But no, it is like crazy. Like, so like I'm participating, but like I'm also like, I'm not like heavy into it like some people are. Some people are getting like crazy. Have you seen like some of like people's bullet journals and stuff, like layouts? Like, I don't even like know how people, like, there's even more creative people that are participating. And here I am with Grinchathon, like, hey, just read whatever. Here's a random prompt if you need it. I just need a win is basically, that's basically the theme of Grinchathon. I just need a win. So strategic. Reading 4 to make it work. You can do it. Yeah, right? Like that was like one of, first off, I do like animals a lot more than people, like a lot. So like the magical zoologist does sound really fun. But also, you only need 4 charms. I mean 4 owls. So I'm like, I'll just pick an easy one. Then I win. Like, then I win. It's all good. Stuff like that. I do stuff like that too, but it feels like if it takes too much time. Exactly. Yeah. I feel like people, that's how I had. I'm the same exact way. Love-hate relationship with bullet journal stuff. Yeah, because I do like the same kind of thing. Like this, like I just use a regular notebook and I just do like to-do lists. Like I don't get too crazy with like layouts or anything nuts, because like I feel like if I sit here and I like draw out a whole calendar and layouts and everything, it'll take me like 2 hours. Let's be crazy here and say that it'll take me 2 hours to put together a layout that I probably will forget about and not use, as opposed to a to-do list for that day that I'm just gonna like quickly use and check off. Like, you know, like I love looking at people's bullet journals, but like it just doesn't seem, I could be reading, I could be doing much better things with my time, is like what I feel like. I do like looking at other people's. I admire other people's bullet journals. Maybe a part of it is jealousy because I can't do what they can do. Looking forward to Grinchathon. I am too. I have all the challenges like picked out, I believe, and everything. I just have to film it. So today or tomorrow, I plan on filming it. Either tonight. Nah, I probably won't film it tonight. But tomorrow morning, maybe I'll film it and get it all edited and ready to pop up at the beginning of the month. I don't like, see, that's the thing, like everyone wants the challenges, but like I feel like if I post it too early, then everyone forgets that Grinchathon is coming. So like I try to post it at like the beginning of the month. So that way like you know Grinchathon is coming and you can prepare, but also like maybe I'll post it like this week or next week. Cause like then you can prepare your monthly TBR to match Grinchathon. I don't know. I just feel like if you post it too early, then people forget about Grinchathon, like that it's coming. And then if you post it too late, then people are like, well, I didn't have time to prepare. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I suck. That's another thing too. Like Zoe, I don't know if you watch Read by Zoe at all, but like she was talking about like her like 24-hour readathon that she does, and she was talking about like people hassling her, and I'm like, relatable, because like I feel like people do that with Grinchathon sometimes. Like there's a few people, not to name names, there's a few people that are really pushy about it. I'm like, when's the next round? When are you gonna do it? And then like I'll do it, and then they don't even participate, and I'm like, okay, I don't mind doing it, but like, hey, you know, like, hey. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. I know they don't hassle me to like the level that they hassle her. Like because obviously she's a bigger channel, and I'm sure she gets like ridiculously hassled. And I totally get that feeling though, like of not like being like, no, I don't want to do it. Then like, you know, like you can't. I'm like this. I'm like very much that way of like, if you tell me what to do, I won't want to do it. The anarchist in me is like, nah, I'm good. It's like I get those feels, and I feel bad. I feel really bad for her, like that she had to even experience that, because she's such a lovely person. Not that I know in person, but she seems very lovely. She will never be on my level of booktube. I mean, I'll never be to her level, I should say. So like, we'll never meet, but she does seem very lovely. Yeah, right? Original journal method is like so simple. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I enjoy seeing other people's layouts. Like that's a thing of Grinchathon that I really like. A lot of people do, like, not a lot of people, but people will do like little things in like their books, and I'm like, I love seeing people's planning. Like I love the like Ravenclaws of the world. But like it's just not me personally. I've tried it. Like I've tried to do more layouts and crazy things, and it just doesn't work for me. Simple checklists and just things, just basic things. That's all I can do. I can't. I'm just not. Just not that person. Yeah, exactly. You don't want to do these challenges too early because people forget. Yeah, the right amount of notice. Exactly. That's something I learned. There you go. Things I learned while creating a readathon. I did post the dates on Twitter. I did. I posted them on Twitter the other day. The other day I changed the I always forget because it's just me. So like I forgot to change like the bio where it's like next dates are. It still said December. I'm like, oh, I should probably change that. But yeah. People hassle you. Yeah, I get like weird. I don't like. There's one person in particular, but like I'm not going to shout them out obviously because I'm not that person. There's one person in particular. It's always like really weird around Grinchathon time, and like I don't know. And then that said person doesn't really even participate in like any sprints or hang out with me or anything, and it's just like it's like why just why. Now this live show is going to go up on my channel and I'm going to get a comment. Are you talking about me? Like, no, I'm not. Chances are I'm probably not because we don't talk. Exactly. People organize this out. Yeah, exactly. Like that's like I really felt for like Zoe, like when she was talking about that, like she does it for fun, and like don't hassle her. Jeez. And also she was like in school. She was in school, and you know, there's other things going on in her life. Like just people think that like you have no life outside of like YouTube. And it's just like, no. Like she's living. Leave her alone. It's like leave Brittany alone, but leave Zoe alone. Yeah, exactly. Like I like planning and I like some structure, but I had to like the best system. Yeah, exactly. Is one that helps you achieve your goals. It's like you just need to find like what works for you. And I think a lot of people, I think that's like the whole bullet journal culture came up, and like everyone was like going crazy with all the layouts and all the fun stuff. And like and for me, it like took me a while to be like, okay, that's nice. And I like looking at it, but it's not for me. It doesn't work for me. Cause like I'd create more elaborate layouts and then I wouldn't go back. I wouldn't look at it like ever. And it wasn't, and I like wasn't getting anything done, and it wasn't effective. And yeah, anyway, how do we go from the end of the series of unfortunate events to freaking bullet journaling? I love our live shows. Oh, they're everything. Oh my goodness. We didn't even talk about favorite illustration. Like I have like a list of like the things we usually talk about. We didn't even talk about favorite illustration. Let me get my book. Oh my goodness. That's like my favorite thing too. Total tangent. Very much a tangent. I have the attention span of like a squirrel. It's like, what? Or like the dog from Up. The dog from Up where he's like, squirrel. That's me. The list of illustrations. See, like there are so many good ones in this last book. Like so many good ones. Like even like 6. Oh, like that's just like even that's just like, I just love it. Just love it. And Count Olaf in the cage. Like, oh, the dog from Up is awesome. He is. He makes that movie. I love that dog. That movie is so sad. I had never seen that. And then Josh mentioned it, something like an inside joke from it or something. And I'm like, what? And he made me watch it. And I cried, of course. If you don't cry while watching Up, at least that intro, you're not human. You are not human. Just such a beautiful movie about life. Where I'm trying to find one in particular and I keep losing it. I just saw it and I lost it again. Oh, I love this one. Oh, this one's so great. When they're reading the series of unfortunate events. Although this illustration, Violet looks very much asleep. And it kind of looks like she has a nose ring. Olaf in the Cage is awesome. Yeah, I love that drawing. Up totally made me cry. Exactly. If you're, it makes Josh cry. Well, Josh cries at a lot of stuff, though. That's one of the things I love about him, is that he's not one of those like tough guys who can't cry. Ooh. Like, I like that he cries, which makes me sound like a terrible person to say out loud. I like that my boyfriend cries. Because I don't think crying is should be gender biased. Like, I think everyone should cry. Like, I hate the whole masculinity thing. Oh, I'm splashes. Masculinity must be a man. Like, get out of here. Ooh, 12. Was that the one that I was just at? 12? Oh, no. Yeah, that was where I was just at. 12. Yeah. Yeah. Chapter 3. Oh, yeah, the sheep are so cute. Speaking of sheep, my, really random, my coworker just got, chickens. And she was, like, so excited. Like, today was the, like, she's having babies today, and she got her chickens today. She sent me a video of them all cheeping and everything. I don't know why sheep reminded me of that. Sheep, farm, chickens. That's where my mind went. But yeah, that's really, I love this one. This one kind of feels like out of character for Series of Unfortunate Events illustration wise. Like it doesn't fit. I mean, it matches the story, but like it doesn't really fit. Because I feel like most of the drawings are like darker, or I don't know. This one it's probably because it's sheep. Like, they're just so fluffy. Like, it's just such a sweet drawing of sheep. He does cry. He cried during, what was the one that surprised me the most? Wreck-It Ralph. Not the new one, because I haven't seen the newest one, because there's a Wreck-It Ralph 2 or Ralph Breaks the Internet or whatever. I haven't seen that yet. But we went to go see Wreck-It Ralph in theaters. I saw Wreck-It Ralph twice in theaters. I don't know why. But I saw it once with my sister, and then I saw it with Josh. And he cried like I don't know if you've seen Wreck-It Ralph, but he cried at the one scene. And I'm like, I didn't even, all of a sudden I hear, and I turn over and he's just crying. I'm like, oh my God, I love it. I love it. That's such an awful thing to say. I love it. I love it that you're in pain. Like, I love that you're crying. But I genuinely love it, because like, you don't, men are like treated like they can't cry, that they can't feel things, and I hate that. Oh, I hate that. Like, it makes me love him more seeing him cry. It sounds so weird to say out loud, but it's the truth. I like when he gets hit in the feels. And also, he does the whole, like, don't look at me. I'm like, let it out. It's all good. Anyway. I love chapter 7. Oh, yeah. The apple core. I love 5 a lot. The stack of books with Kit's little foot sticking out. also a toaster there. Some golf clubs. Why are the golf clubs floating? Golf clubs. There's like a car. That's actually really cool. I never looked at like the details in the back. I'm just like so focused on the books. I really should mark all the pages with the illustration. Well, I can't now. We're at the end. Too late now. The next round of the unfortunate read along. Yeah, that one's so cool. I really like the leaf coming out of the apple. Like, oh, I really like the detail in there. It's really cool. I really like this illustrator. I found out what book I have that he illustrated, and it's one of those like underrated books that I haven't even heard anything about this book, but I can see it from here. Look at it. This one. It's called, oh, there's huge glare. It's really shiny. It's called Capped Hook. And I purposely got this because it's like a Captain Hook, like backstory or retelling or something. I don't know. We all know I'm obsessed with Captain Hook, so like anything I can get. But this has illustrations from, maybe if I can get to them. It's got those stupid deckled pages that are just like the series of unfortunate events. Well, that one's not a very good one. It's not a very good drawing. That's not a very good drawing too. I want one that like reminds me of series of unfortunate events. There probably isn't like any. Oh my god. Seriously? Are there even illustrations in here? Was I lied to? I don't know. The chapters are they're quite different. The banners definitely look a lot like his drawings, but yeah. This is the front cover, I think, is very like, especially like the outfit is very like telling, and there's like the boat. But yeah, this is all illustrated by the same guy. I haven't read it yet. It's on my TBR shelf, but it's very interesting. Oh, you can actually see his face. Because all the illustration, all of the bios in the series of unfortunate events were always a drawing. Oh, where is it? Hello, where are you? I forgot there's an extra chapter. Oh, where is it? Come on. Come on, hands, work. Damn decal pages. It does look like that. So this is what the drawing, and this is what he looks like in real life. Right. Oh, there. He does look like that. Interesting. Best-selling illustrator for series of unfortunate events. Okay. Anyway, tangent again, but kind of not at the same time. Anyway. Where was I? I got lost in that book. Sneeze. Nope. Speaking of sheep, file under. Don't hear that every day. Speaking of sheep. Ooh, I'm like bumping you. Make you dizzy. Speaking of sheep. Yeah, it took a while chapter to get the reference. The sheep are so sweet. Look, maybe that's why they seem out of character for the book. Well, to be fair, like this is out of character for the series, kind of. Like it ends sad, and unfortunate, but it also ends with like hope and like some. I feel like a couple of the books kind of gave you a little bit of like, okay, well maybe things will get better, but like majority of like the books were like, okay, it's just going to keep getting sad. Okay, it's just going to keep getting sad. I hope you're prepared because this is a book you should put down because it's going to get more and more unfortunate. And this is like the only book that like after the 14th chapter, there's not any of that. There's not like, and they lived happily ever after either, but it's not like, and they all died, you know, and they just kept getting more and more unfortunate, that kind of thing. But like, yeah. So it is like, I don't know. Maybe it's like purposely sheep and not his sheep are a symbolism. Maybe it's symbolism for innocence or something. I don't know. I'm probably really stretching it. Haven't seen Wreck-It Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph is good. And even the part that both, I cried at that part too, but so like I can't say anything. But like it wasn't even that sad of a part. It's just weird. Stack of books. It was up there from so much. She really was. She's on that stack of books for like the entire, like her entire part of the book almost. Like she just lives on top of that stack of books. That's her new home. Yeah, flags on the illustrations. Yeah, that would be the smart thing to do, wouldn't it? Next round, whenever that is, it'll be like another year or two. I'd say like a year, and then I'll reread them. Maybe. We'll see. Another underrated book. Yeah, it definitely has like some like similarities, but it looks different on its own. Yeah. Small boat with huge environment. Yeah. Topical tangent. That's true. Yeah, exactly. Like it seems like the most promising like outcome. Like it's still really sad. I also liked that he teased the death of a sibling, but I also like well, I don't remember if like there was a surprise who died when I first read the books, but like this time around I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, kid's gonna die. But like I wonder if like before I was like, oh no, is one of the, you know, is like Klaus gonna die or is Sunny gonna die? Who's gonna die? Yeah. But like I liked that he's like teasing. He loves to do that, like tease, be like, you know, and then it always like flips and like, oh, that person died. Okay. What? Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely I like I said, I've said that before, but I plan to reread that weird, they're right there. I don't feel like digging them out. But like that series that has the editions that have like the extra stuff in them. I think they'll be really fun. But yeah, I'm thinking like a year, like next year, maybe. Rereading them. Thought it might be a Oh, yeah, I didn't even think that. I didn't even think of the Quagmires at all. I wonder if the show is going to give us more like resolution with the Quagmires. I wonder if the show is going to give us resolution with anything. Because like I said, I haven't watched any of the thing. And they did take some liberties with the show, and they did do things a little bit different in the seasons that I did watch. So like I wonder if the end's going to be any different. I don't know. I'm really excited though. Like the liberties that they did took, I felt were appropriate and didn't take away from the overall story. Like I said, I've also gotten, you know, lenient in my old age. The Hintsmith's video, it's so good. Yeah, exactly. Unexpected. It's a nice twist. Yes, we are talking about books. Always. And a billion tangents. But yeah. I liked it. Oh my goodness. I listened to, because you know, I listened to the audiobook and read it. The whatchamacallit, the passage, the Lemony Snicket passage, as I like to call it. The passage where he the dark passage, that's what I'm gonna call it, the dark passage. With the ballerinas. Just like the dark. But you would not know if you're in the dark, because you're in the dark. And if you're in the dark, then you wouldn't know that you're in the dark. And if you're in the dark, and then, oh my goodness. Because you're in the dark, and you don't know in the dark, because you're in the dark. And you can't see in the dark, because you're in the dark. I was listening to that part, and I'm like, oh my goodness. I can't even find it in here. I know it's after the ballerina drawing. I don't know. Well, if we continue reading All the Wrong Questions, we can chat about like the show then. And we can chat like where you're at in like the show and stuff, and we can chat about that and like what you're, because then I can see like, because let's be real, we're gonna have tangents regardless. But then we can chat about like your how the show was for you and if you enjoyed it and all that stuff. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for you to watch the show. Although you don't have the experience of that awful movie to like, because again, that was like probably like another circumstance where it's like reaction, like where my rating, whatever, or reaction is higher because of lower expectations. Because I did go into the show with like very little expectations because that movie that came out years ago is just not, it's just awful. It's just so bad. So like you don't have that as like a basis, like a base. It can only get better from there. But yeah, the show is like, oh, the show's so good. But I'm biased because like I said, I watched that terrible movie and like it can't get much better than, I mean, it can't get much worse. No, I thought they did really well. My favorite thing about the show is they took their time. That's my favorite thing about the show. Is they took their time. They did, you know, because it's 2 episodes per book. So they took their time. You can fit like everything in there and expand some things. And then they ended it. That's another thing. Because I was like really nervous about that too. Like I was nervous about them continuing and just, you know, dragging it out and making up new storylines and everything. But no, they ended it, which like it's done. Like there's not going to be any more seasons. It's never, you know, they're not going to make anything else. Like, well, they might make things later, but like this is it. The show is done. It's done. It's all recorded. It's done. And I love that. Like, I love that it's like a limited series. Like, done. They got to book 13 and they're done. But like that like speaks volumes to me, like personally, like that right there, like that just tells me right away, like, okay, they are taking good care of something like that they all are passionate about and they're taking care of this. And it just makes me feel so much better. It really does. Like, I feel so much better. They are so fun in the audiobooks. They're so ridiculous. Like, because like you'll just be listening and then all of a sudden it hits like that thing and you think like you think for a minute that it's like skipping. Like it's stuck. Like what is, no, it's just Lemony Snicket being Lemony Snicket. It's like the best part. Where's my phone? I hear it vibrating. There it is. It's probably my coworker. Oh, no. It's not my coworker. It's not my chickens. I don't know if I don't even know if it'll even show up on the screen, but she sent me a video of her chickens. I'll probably just blind you. Oh, here. See if, can you hear it? Well, that's quiet. I don't know if you can even see them. Oh, you can't really see them as much. Oh, there, now you can kind of see them, but it's a red light, so it's like little peepers, little cheeps. So cute. Anyway, that's really random, but yeah. Yeah, talk about the show. Yeah, that's what I figured. I figured because that'll give you time to like watch at least some of it by then, and not all of it probably, but at least some of it. You can at least start it. It's hard. It's a really hard show to like. It's good since it's split up book to book, so you can stop, but like it's hard for me personally to not like just binge the entire thing, like just watch it all like in one sitting because it's just so addictive. But they know what they're doing. Yeah, and like they like I said, they did things that are different from the books in the show. They did little things that were like just interesting, but like I'm not mad. Like the things that they did do felt fitting, but yeah, they did do some things that are different. I'm interested for you to watch it, and I'm excited for you to watch it so that way you can like experience how different it is. but I'm pleased with everything that they did so far. I haven't watched the last season, but I'm sure I'll be happy. And also, like I've said it a million times, so I'm going to say it again. Neil Patrick Harris, I am so happy that he played Count Olaf. I went in just thinking that I'm like, oh no. I'm like, I don't think he can do it. And then he just made an ass out of me. He did such a good job, and he's amazing. And I have a newfound love for Neil Patrick Harris, like as a person and as an actor. And I'm just like, he took such good care of my character. Like one of my favorite characters of all time, like Count Olaf, is just iconic, and he's just so unique, and I just love him. And I love to hate him. So much better to know when the end is. Yeah. I think it's also really good to go and like, because you know what's going to happen, basically. So I think that's the thing with like reading books before the movie. Like, I think that's the thing that like people don't realize. Like, Josh is like, why do you have to read the book? Like, you're going to get spoiled then. And I'm like, no, I won't get spoiled. The book was made first. Like, what? No, I'm not going to get spoiled. But I think like knowing what's going to happen, you can like sit back and like enjoy it more. Like, I don't know if that makes any sense, but like you can actually just relax and enjoy it because you know what's going to happen. But now you can just enjoy the ride. If that makes any sense. Yeah, the chicken video. They are so cute. I'm sure her like Instagram is just like flooded with them right now. Oh no, it's not. It's only that one. It says my new babies, and it's got the little chick emoji coming out of an egg. So cute. The video she sent me was like way better than that. See if I can find that one. It was louder too. Yeah, see there, you can really. That was so cute. So much loud, like so much better video. They're so cute. She's been like talking about them. She's like got everything set up for them, and it's her first time having chickens, and she did all this research. She's been talking about them for like months, and now she just got her babies, and it's like she's so excited. They're so cute. Yeah. She's so excited about them. I'm excited about them because I'm vegetarian. So like I'm not vegan. I'm vegetarian, but I do eat eggs on occasion. And I like an omelet. Sorry. And I don't think eggs are that awful to eat because chickens are going to have them regardless. And it's good for chickens to make eggs. But I am aware of our factory farming and like the factory conditions for egg having chickens is like bad news. So I'm excited because I personally spend a ridiculous amount of money on the free range certified humane eggs. Like I punish myself for buying eggs by buying the most expensive certified humane eggs that are like $4 for like 6 eggs. Like ridiculous. So like I'm excited for her to have chickens because I'm gonna get free eggs, or at least cheap eggs. I'll buy them off of her, but I'm gonna get like free eggs. And I'm like, yes, I am here for that. So I'm really excited about her chickens. Because that's gonna be some omelets. Yeah, he is such a good pick. They did I can't wait for you to see like all of like all the disguises and all the characters he plays, and he does it perfectly. And I think because I've said that before, like the hardest thing about Count Olaf, I think for me if I was casting Count Olaf, the hardest thing would be to find an actor that can play Count Olaf playing another person, like in a disguise. So you're basically like every like 2 episodes, you'd have to be playing Count Olaf. So you're already acting, but then you have to act on top of that. Like you have to be another person on top of that person. It's a very complicated like role, but I'm really pleased with who they picked. I wasn't initially, I will say that. Like I'm not going to pretend that I wasn't against the idea, but hey, I've been proved wrong. I love he is perfect. He's perfect. Perfect role. He even grew his nails out instead of like all like the, because you know Count Olaf is like dingy. He grew his nails out for the show. Like just let his nails grow, like disgustingly grow. Like they are, like I watched interview footage and he just has just nasty nails. Like that isn't makeup or anything. He just grew them out for the character. And I'm like, that tiny little detail is like everything to me. Like as a fan, like I'm like, oh my God, I love you. Except thrillers. Really? Wow. I like, my problem is thrillers when translated to screen, I feel like are so, I don't know. I feel like there's so much missing for me a lot of times. A lot of times, not always. But like Girl on the Train was an all right book. It was all right. And the movie was all right. But I felt like a lot was missing. Like I felt like a chunk of the book was missing. But now that I'm like thinking about it, I can't think of another thriller that like I've seen translated. But that's a lot of like the thing with me, like thrillers. It's like hard to see it translated. It doesn't translate well from books. Like thriller wise, contemporaries, easy to transition. Horror can usually horror goes really well. If anything, it gets scarier because then you like really have to see these things. But fantasy's hit and miss. But yeah. They're so sweet. Yeah, aren't they adorable? Oh my God, they're so cute. She lost 2 of them, which you know is bound to happen because they're brand new babies. But yeah, she just got them today, in the mail. Like she bought them from somewhere. I don't know. I didn't go into that detail with her, like that amount of detail. But yeah, she lost. She's supposed to have 8, but she has 6. But they're so cute. She was telling me all about them. They apparently they have like there's like this condition. I don't know what you would call it. It's basically like a poopy butt is the best way to describe it. It's a poopy butt. And what happens is they get poop. This is really gross, but they get poop like all stuck on their butt. And if you don't wipe it off and clean their butts, then it like packs up and it can kill a baby chick within hours. Like that's nuts. Like, I didn't even know that was a thing. But, like, it hardens, and, like, then they can't go to the bathroom, and it kills them. It can kill a baby chick within hours. I had no clue. She did all kinds of research. Like, she is ready to be a chicken mama. Like, she is ready. Yeah, yay for free eggs. Yeah, actor and then a disguise. Yeah, exactly. Commitment and growing the nails out. Yeah. Isn't there as much, you know, will happen or yes. Yeah, I agree with that. Like the tension isn't there. Yeah, I agree with that because you know what's going to happen. But then they like to get shifty and change things like in the movies, and then you get mad because the thing has changed. But yeah. Oh, you still haven't seen Bird Box yet? I made Josh watch Bird Box. See, a lot of people were mad that Sandra Bullock was in Bird Box, but Sandra Bullock's like one of my favorite actresses. I really like Sandra Bullock, and part of it's because like she is beautiful, and I love her just looking at her. But I was really excited that she was in Bird Box, but a lot of people were not happy that she was cast in Bird Box. But I like the book better. I think I liked the book better. A little bit. I think the movie was really good. Like I personally thought the movie was great. Like I liked it, and I thought they did change some things that they needed to change to make it into a movie. So many people are calling it like Josh was like, it's a ripoff of A Quiet Place. And I'm like, but the book was out before A Quiet Place was even a thing. And I'm like, also, like, both are great. Like, stop comparing them. They're both, I enjoyed both of them. Like, I don't know. I enjoyed both of them. Like, I thought they were both great. Whatever. Horror can definitely be scary. Yeah. Ooh, like horror, especially Stephen King. When Stephen King gets turned into movies, like the new It, I'm so excited for part 2, by the way. Mostly because Bill Skarsgård and I have a weird relationship. Well, we don't have a relationship. He's given me a clown fetish, and I'm not okay with it. Like, I really, really like Bill Skarsgård. Like, he is an attractive man, and he plays Pennywise, and I feel like it's a joke. Like, I feel like it's a joke played on me to make someone that attractive play such a creepy, weird character, scary character, and it does things in my brain, and I'm just not, I can't quite get around the feelings that I have while watching it. And I'm just like, he is hot. Oh my God, he's a clown. Is he? He's a clown. He's a murdering clown. Like just stop. And I'm just like, oh, just the thoughts. I feel like Hollywood just played some joke on me, like putting him in that role. Like, I just feel like I feel like it was just a whole entire joke on me. Like, the world is just messing with me. The world revolves around me, right? Like, that's how I feel about that. Oh, she got them in the mail. Yeah, the chickens, yes. That's a thing. I didn't realize that until the one time I was going to the post office in spring, which is chicken season. This is chicken season right now, because I guess I live in central Pennsylvania, which is very much farm area, and this is chicken season. And you can go to the Tractor Supply area, which is like it's exactly what it says, Tractor Supply. It's like farming goods and stuff, and you can go there and buy like the chickens, little baby chicks, and you can buy ducks too, really cute. But the most popular way, especially if you want to get certain breeds, and if you want certain sexes as well, because if you end up getting all female chicks, and then if you get a male chick, you're going to end up with more chicks, because those eggs are going to get fertilized, and you won't get eggs to cook. So you got to be careful with that. Like, you've got to watch sexes and stuff. But if you want like the certain breeds, you have to order from like a breeder. I think this is all stuff that I'm learning like from her. But like, but yeah, so if you want them from like a breeder, you can order them from online, and they ship them. They actually ship them in the mail. It's weird. It's not like in an envelope, but like they ship them. And I only realized this because years ago I was at the post office, and I hear cheep, 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 the chipping, and I'm like, what the hell is what do you got back there? Because I'm like friends with like the lady who works at the post office. She goes, it's chicken season. She goes, they're cute when they first come in. She goes, but oh God, just all day. Cheep, 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 cheep. She goes, I have a headache by the end of the day. I just thought, I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, they ship them in the mail. Isn't that weird? It's so weird. The cat mama, they take care of the wee ones. Yeah, she has 2 like outdoor cats, but the cheaps stay indoors for 4 weeks. 4 weeks, I think, 4 or 5 weeks. The little chickens stay in the incubator with the heat, and then they get moved to a bigger area, and then they go into the coop. Like once it gets nice out. Like she has this all planned. She did so much research. Like it would be me if I like was like getting like I want turkeys bad. Like if I ever get a house out in the country, which will probably never happen, but if I ever do, and I can have like animals, I want turkeys bad. And I will do the same amount of research. Like I want pet turkeys. Like I just want them. I just want them, and I want to hug them, and I want to teach them to love me. Like anyway, yeah. Why people are unhappy with, yeah, I don't know why people are unhappy with Sandra Bullock. Maybe because she's such a big actress. I know that Books and Lala, because she was talking about it, she spoke about it before. She hates Sandra Bullock. Like she just hates Sandra Bullock. So she was not happy about that casting. I like Sandra Bullock a lot. I think she's funny, and which obviously doesn't translate to that, but to that movie, but she's funny, and she's a good actor, whatever, who cares. But she's good. I don't know. Everything I've seen Sandra Bullock in, I've liked, and the genre of movies that Sandra Bullock has been very vast, and it's a lot of the stuff that she does like I wouldn't normally like, but I like her, so like she made me like it, so like I don't know. Exactly. Yeah. Well, I do see that, like Josh asked me that too. He's like, well, which one did you like better, A Quiet Place or Bird Box? I'm like, I like them both equally. Like, first off, Bird Box book came out before before Quiet Place, and so we can't do the whole it's ripped off of that. But yes, they have similarities. One's sight and one's hearing, like sound, but like both of them are great. Why can't I just like both? Like, stop. I really did like A Quiet Place, though. I thought Quiet Place was great. And I think they're making a sequel, I've heard. And I, like, can't wait. Like, oh, I hope that's a thing. I loved that movie. It's so good. But yeah, Bird Box was just as good. Like, I like Bird Box, too. I don't know. Like, why can't I just like both? Like, stop. It's like people who are like Nicki Minaj or Cardi B. It's like, why do you have to like split things? Why can't there be 2 female rappers? Like, stop. Like, why? Just, you can like both. Like, there's no one out there who has like a law against liking both. There's no. It's quite an impact from it. Yeah, it's there were a few weird nights of sleep after it. Most people watch that movie and then have bad dreams. I had very weird, we're just not going to get into it. I had some weird dreams, and I'm very conflicted. And then I went down a fan fiction hole, which is never a good idea. And I'm not alone. I realized that I'm not alone, and there are other people out there. I found them in fan fiction land, and I'm just like, which made me feel a little bit better, but also made me be like, oh no, this is a problem. This is not a good thing. I am excited for the second it though. I thought it was really good. I'm ready for part 2. I saw the original. The originals were kind of a little sleepy. But it's been a long time. Maybe I'll like them now, because I watched them as like a kid, which was not good. I shouldn't have been watching that as a kid, but yeah. Tractor Supply area, yeah. It's not the most humane. I should say that. Like, it's not the most humane, the Tractor Supply. Like, I used to love, like, as a kid, you used to love, like, going to see them, and I'm like, oh, look at the chickies, and oh, they're so cute. And like, now I look and I'm like, look, they're all crammed in there. Half of them are gonna die by the end of the day. Like, now I just have like this awful realistic outlook of life. It's like, oh, to be a kid and not have any idea. The post office must love chicken season. They hate it. It's so funny. Where's turkeys? Turkeys get so big. They do get so big. I want some turkeys so bad. So bad. But I want to like be around them, and I want to teach them to love. Because turkeys are like they can be so affectionate. Like, people don't realize that about turkeys because they think big bird, or first off, they think dinner. Or they think like big scary bird, because when they poof up, they get big. But they're like, they can be so affectionate. Like, they can be so sweet, and they hug, and they like to be pet. Like, they are sweethearts, and they like to talk to you, and they like to snuggle. They're like dogs, but just covered in feathers. Like, they can get so sweet in the right environment. And it's like, I want that in my life. I also, the dream too would be to have like a pet possum, but like, I don't want a pet possum. Like, I don't want to take one from the wild and make it mine, love me. But I would love like to rescue a possum. Like, if I'm not gonna, like, if someone found like a possum and they wanted me to take care of it, yeah, I'd be like, yep, gimme. I will take care of it and raise it as my own. Yeah, Sandra Bullock's great, yeah. Still have to see A Quiet Place. It is on Netflix, isn't it? It's so good. A Quiet Place was great. I saw it in theaters, and I wish I would have seen it more than once in theaters. Because like, I felt like that was like the best way to experience it. Like, when you watch it, you need to watch it with like the lights down and like make sure you're just like in the zone, and like it's quiet, and like just like you need to create the ambience of being in a theater when you watch it, because it's like that's like part of like, I felt like part of like the charm of it was like seeing it in theater, because like it's so atmospheric and it's so quiet. Like, pun intended. It's very quiet, and like I really loved A Quiet Place. I thought it was great. But Bird Box is different. But like, I like both. But yeah, I got fan fiction. Yeah. it was weird. I'm sure I'll end up right down that rabbit hole once the part 2 of it comes out. Turkeys hug? Yeah, they do. I'm sure you can like Google it, turkeys hugging and stuff. But yeah, they legit will hug. Like, they will like nuzzle up in there. They are so like, they're so sweet. They love being pet. Like, they love being held. They are big sweethearts. But they have to be in the right environment for that, obviously. Like, there are a lot of turkeys that are like dealing with like post-traumatic stress disorder and stuff. Like, they have to be like on a sanctuary, which would be like, if I had them as pets, like, they would be treated better than my damn cats, which are spoiled. With headphones on, yeah. Like, you have to like make sure you're like in the zone for A Quiet Place. It's very atmospheric and quiet. Like I said, like, it's quiet. Because like, obviously, like, the whole premise is sound is what attracts whatever. So like, I don't want to spoil anything, but like, yeah. So it's a very quiet movie. But I felt like that like was so like, it seems like the best way to describe it is the quietness is like a character on its own. Like, it really, it was really good. I was really happy with it. Really good movie. Anyway, Tangents as always. Anyway, we've been chatting for a long time. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to think, is there anything else about series of unfortunate events? Oh my God, I'm like so sad that's over. I feel like we've been reading these for forever, which we have, but like, what did I mark? I did mark. Oh my goodness, I remember what I marked. Did you catch the you've read The Tempest? You had to have read The Tempest. You read like all Shakespeare. But you've read The Tempest. Did you catch like the Tempest references, like Calypso, Caliban, Miranda Caliban was Friday's mom. There was also a person named Ariel on the island. One of the people named is Ariel. I'm like, oh, Tempest. Like, that was something I didn't know as a kid. Like, that I definitely didn't have a clue about as a kid. But yeah, 13 months. I know. God. We've been doing this longer than a pregnancy. It's crazy. You missed it? Yeah. Mrs. Cal, and her name wasn't even just when they get to Kit, because Kit's like, my chair keeps like rolling me away. When Kit's like, Miranda Caliban's here. It's like, how do you know her? And I'm like, Miranda. Yeah, I didn't notice it like as a kid, obviously, because I didn't read The Tempest as a kid. I totally noticed it this round going through. Yeah, Caliban, and they're on an island. I'm like, wow, like so much of The Tempest, like so many references, just names, but still, yeah, right? Missed all of it. Yeah, Caliban, Ariel, and Calypso. There's another one. Can't remember the other one. There's another name too, but all Tempest. Was worried that they all died and the whole running from everything ends up here eventually. Oh yeah. That they had died in the storm. I guess here eventually. It's very Lost-esque in that aspect. Like everything gets here. Like you can't leave the island. Like there's a retelling of that relationship as a romance semi-recently. Really? That sounds familiar. That sounds like I've heard about that. I read Ariel, which is a really short book by someone I don't know. I think it's Ariel. What color is it? This is the problem with organizing your book. I thought it was red. I mean, I thought it was green. It is green. It is green. Here. I don't even know who this is by. Grace Tiffany. Never even heard of that person. But I liked this. I liked this one. This was like a dark retelling of it. Even the cover is like creepy. But this was like a dark retelling, and I liked this. I thought this was all right. But I was reading this as I was reading the poem. I mean, not the poem, the play at the same time. Like I was staggering it at the same time. But yeah, that's the only retelling of The Tempest that I've ever read. I know it's referenced like a bunch, but I just never catch it. It's like so obvious. Yeah, I don't know what. Jacqueline Carey. Huh. Jacqueline Carey. I'm gonna Google it. That is not what I wanted. Hmm. Oh, it's actually just called Miranda and Caliban. Oh, never mind. I didn't hear about this because I would have remembered that cover. That is a beautiful cover. Wow. Huh. I'm going to add that to my want to read. I'm interested. I am intrigued, although I didn't really like The Tempest that much. wasn't my favorite. Interesting. Oh, don't X out of that. Don't X out of that. To read a retelling. Yeah. Well, that's like, I tried to do that with 12th Night. But the retelling that I was trying to read was awful. It was really bad. And I like could get through it. But I did try that with like I've tried to do that sometimes with like retellings of Shakespeare only. That's the only one that I do it like I stagger it like that. Like I'll read an act of the play and then I'll read up to what happens in the book if they align like that. Like this one aligned perfectly like that, but like sometimes they don't. But I also try to with Shakespeare, I try to read an act, watch an act, like watch it performed. Cause like, well, I miss Shakes Along so much, but but like that's like how she said to read it, like, cause that's very good. Like, it helps it stick in your brain better, cause they were meant to be watched, not read. So like, I'll like read an act, watch an act, read an act, watch an act. Simply called Miranda and Calvin. It's so like basic. I love it. Yeah, that cover is gorgeous. I like that. But anyway. Anyway, we have to talk about continuing. So is it official? Do we want to read All the Wrong Questions? Because I think we should take a month break first off. But if we're gonna read this, then we should talk about it in May. Give us like a month break, and I will probably read it in April, but reread it. This one's a reread because I've only read the first one, but I don't remember what happens. but yeah, if you want to read these together, I am here for it. But I won't be mad if you're like, no, I don't want to read it. Yeah, reading an act, watching an act. Yeah. Yeah, because well, Shakespeare plays especially like it's easier. I feel like it's easier to read an act, watch an act, read an act, watch an act, read an act because it's like it's just I don't know, just easier for my brain because then you can like really absorb everything from that act and then move on to the next one. Month off sounds like yeah, a nice break. A nice break from all of the unfortunateness. I think you'll enjoy these too. Hopefully, if you hate the first book, we'll switch to something else. But I think you'll enjoy these two. They're very. Ooh, I almost dropped them. They're very different. It's still for me. I still feel like it has like the Lemony Snicket humor, which is something we get to talk about. Then we can talk about like the differences between this and Series of Unfortunate Events. But it still has like the Lemony Snicket kind of like humor. But I think these are less dark. At least this one, the first one, I feel like was less dark. Even though the cover suggests otherwise. Like, what's that guy doing? But they have a lot more mystery. I keep saying and I hate when people do that. But they have a lot more mystery, I think, more as opposed to like just really bad stuff happening. They're lighter. Lighter is what I'm trying to say. Yes. First one is who could that be at this hour? Yep. Yeah. Reading together has been so fun. Aw. Yeah, I know. I love this. We're just gonna keep reading middle grade together forever. This is our life now. I hope you're okay with this. Yeah. Yeah, I think I don't know how far they go up. I should probably research that myself because I only have up to 4. I don't know if that's how far they go up or not. And there we go with the ums. See, I watched a certain author, and I won't say who it is again because I don't want to shame someone, but I watched a certain author, and she says in her Insta stories, every other word is and I don't know why I didn't notice it before, and she's such a sweet author, and I like her book. Well, I've only read one of her books. It's a part of a 3 series. There's 3 in her series. The 3rd one hasn't come out yet. We can really narrow this down. I haven't read the 2nd one, but I've read the 1st one, really liked it. But anyway, she does Insta stories and she says, every other word. And now I can't unhear it when I watch her Insta stories. I'm like, it's like a tick. I'm like, oh. And now like I'm super aware of when I say like it's now it's just like I hear it and I'm, oh no, stop. Anyway, there's another tangent. Yeah. Anyway, the first one is who could that be at this hour? And then there's 4. There's 4. That's all I have. But I do need to look. I do need to look like and see how many there are. I don't know. I should probably do some research. But I got them super cheap. They were bargain books for like $4. The hardcovers are, oh, you know what's really nice? Not deckled edges. Oh, actual pages. That's nice. But the hardcovers have these like stunning like inside. What am I trying to say? End pages. They're pretty. But yeah. And the second one, they're all questions, which all the titles are questions, which is nice. When did you see her last? Shouldn't you be in school? Why is this night different from all other nights? They look really nice together too. Yeah, no deckled edges. I hate deckled edges. I like looking at deckled edges, but I also don't at the same time. It depends on what mood I'm in. But like they're such a pain in the ass to get through. Yeah, they were really cheap. You can probably find them for really cheap. The paperbacks have like the same end like things, but like they're not in color, so they're not as fun. Yeah, the description on the back is really funny though. It's like questions. Before you decide to read the first book in the new series by Lemony Snicket, the man responsible for a series of unfortunate events, ask yourself these questions. They're just a whole bunch of questions. Do you find sinister mysteries interesting? Have you received a secret note and followed its very dangerous instructions? Are you too young to be the sort of detective who retrieves a mysterious item, stolen item, that may or may not have been stolen? Who's that standing behind you? It's the 4th question. I love that. Yeah, they're literally, and that's how all the descriptions are. They're just questions on the back. That's pretty. I'm excited. And this is a series I haven't read yet. So like I've literally only read the first one and I enjoyed it, but it's very different. But I can't remember what happens in the first book. So that's exciting because it's a more recent reread than like because I read it last year, the year before last. So like it should be fresh in my mind, but it's not. But I'm excited to read that. Yeah. So we can read those together. And we'll schedule here. Well, I guess I can't really schedule like a month in advance. But we'll do a live show in May at some point. The end of May. Like the 20, what's today? It's Tuesday. Tuesdays work for you usually. So we'll do like 28th. And if things change, because they probably will, because that's like 2 months away. But if they change, then we'll get together. That's what Instagram and Twitter are for. But I was thinking like the 28th, like the end of the last week, the last Tuesday of the month. So far, unless something changes, because it is how many months away. Great titles. Yeah, they really do. And they have really cool spines. Yeah. And I love how they all just, the spines just go, like, they really look great together. They're really nice books. I just lost my pen. Oh my goodness. It's like a fun quiz. Yeah, that's what, it's so much fun. Yeah, so I'll be reading these together. Like, we will legit be reading these together because, like, I haven't read them before. I've only read the first one, and I don't remember what happens. I remember what happens at the end. Like, I remember the like, to get you to read the next one kind of thing, but I haven't read the next one. Okay, yeah. If something comes up, we'll figure it out. Yeah. Live show. What should I call this? Question. I'll just put a question mark. Live show question mark. Huh, because a question mark, because it's all the wrong questions, and question mark if something changes. Oh. I'm funny. Oh my goodness. But I mean, I plan on having a live show for Grinchathon as well. Probably like a wrap-up one at like the end. So like, and I do random live shows here and there anyway, so it's not like we're not going to see each other. It's not like this is really the end. Just the end of the series of important events. On to the next one. On to the next series. But yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's like 10 o'clock. We've been talking for hours. I guess we should wrap it up. Is there anything else about the series of unfortunate events that we want to talk about before we wrap it up? Not that we can't talk about it in like a month too, if something else pops up. We're going to be talking about the show anyway. But it's over. You made it through. You made it through the entire series. I feel like it's like the end of an era. I'm really, really happy that I got to introduce you to the series of unfortunate events, though. Like that, it feels beautiful for me. Like, I gave you a gift. Welcome to the unfortunateness. Yeah, I didn't know. I just now looked down. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's 10 o'clock. We've been talking since 7. It's literally been hours. Oh my goodness. Hi from Colombia. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you loved it. Yeah, exactly. Jinx. I'm just so glad. I feel so happy. Even though I created this read along with the intention of like many people reading, I'm so glad that it was just like us. I feel like it was like something personal we got to share. We've bonded. See, that goes back to Tosh Hart's Tolstoy. I feel like she would have like flipped the gasket if it was only one person reading along with her. But for me, I'm like, oh, it made it so much more special. It's like so great. I love it. I've never been so happy to see unfortunate events. Exactly. Yeah. I'm like, I feel so like, I don't know. I got to share with you. I got to share. It's really funny because this is a series as I was growing up that I was really protective of. I didn't want to share it with other people because it was so special to me. So it's really weird that like I've come full circle and now I'm like, yes, read it. It's the best. But like as a kid, I was like, no, this is mine. I don't want to share it with anyone. Like this is just leave me alone. don't read this. This is mine. Like, I've changed. I've flipped that, which is good because you should share books. But as a kid, it was like mine. I was very selfish. But especially when that movie came out. Oh my goodness. And everyone's like, oh, the series of unfortunate events. And I'm like, no, this is my thing. Stop. But I'm really happy that you enjoyed it. And I'm so sad that it's gonna that's like came to an end. We're at the end, but we'll do a reread. Give it a year. Maybe we'll reread them next year. Just for funsies. I know that Becky mentioned that she wanted to like do a reread. Like she wanted to join in, but she caught in too late. So maybe next year, like she can join in too and read them, because I love reading How to Train Your Dragon. They're so much fun. They're so different, like polar difference, polarizing, polar different. I don't know what I'm saying. It's 10 o'clock. My brain is running on only coffee. Yeah. I'm so glad that I did change, because now I share things. I share books. I don't keep them to myself. It's a selfish kid. Yeah, she wanted to play along. I missed her live show. Her last one. I was so upset, but I was still like sick. I was still getting over being sick. So like I just apparently watching something and typing was too much work. And I'm like, I felt so bummed because I did miss that. But anyway, yes, we should wrap it up. Anyway, I will see you I'll see you around Grinchathon. And I'll see you around. Like we don't talk on other platforms. But yeah, so we will read All the Wrong Questions. I'm probably going to read it in April anyway. Maybe. Who knows? But if all else fails, yeah, we will read it we will talk about it in May. I'm so excited. Yeah, I was really bummed. I just like didn't have the energy. It sucked. But I will catch her next live show. I don't know when it is, because I'll have to get on Instagram. I don't know. But I will catch the next one. Anyway, yes, Grinchathon. I will see you then, and then I will see you with All the Wrong Questions. It's the end, but it's the beginning. All right. I'll see you. Bye.